Hello everyone, my name is Latissya and I am a student majoring in Communication Science in Universitas Diponegoro and one of the IISMA Awardees to KU Leuven, Belgium, and I am here to talk about my experience during my IISMA journey. The first time that I heard about the IISMA program is through the head of my Communication Science department announcing a scholarship opportunity funded by the government. Since I'm registered as a student under the International Undergraduate Program back in my home university, I have the obligation to go abroad to fulfill my study load. And since I saw this as an opportunity for me, as I fit into one of the criteria that is only students ranging from the 4th semester to 7th semester that can sign up, I thought to myself, why not try? Afterwards, I told the head of my study major about this and she approved that I should sign myself up. Not long after, I went through a long process of preparing the required documents such as a university recommendation, which there's also a few documents that needs to be prepared in order to attain this, an English proficiency certificate that needs a proper preparation for it as well. There's also an essay that needs to be filled right before we submit our documents. And after the document selection phase comes the first announcement that decides whether or not one will be able to move the next phase. And that is the interview phase. The interview is not that long, but a proper preparation can never go wrong. I wrote down every single possible question, so I'm prepared for any question that will come into my way. However, there's also one question that caught me off guard, is when the interviewer asked me to make a slogan for IISMA. I answered as best as I could, and after the final announcement, there's also a process of preparing for the visa, medical checkup, health insurance, and also making a bank account as IISMA asked for one. All in all, the whole process needs a lot of work in a short amount of time, but every single drop of sweat from running here and there is all worth it. Everything happened so quickly that I was in denial on my departure day to Belgium. It felt as if I was going on a domestic flight instead of an international one. We were picked up from the airport by a designated driver from KU Leuven and dropped off to our dorm where we went under quarantine for 7 days. I did not went through any culture shock during my time there, but I'd say I'm more in awe to know that people there are very appreciative towards time. They're very punctual. It surprises me sometimes. Along with the fact that most of the people there either walk, use public transportation, or cycle. It really amazes me. The classes that I take are fun and quite hard at the same time, as some of the courses that I took are not exactly my field of study, but the professors are very open to each student's opinion and question as they go by. There's no such thing as an unimportant or illogical questions. Everyone in class are very active and they're allowed to ask mid-explanation. There's only final exams in KU Leuven, and it can be in the form of paper, written exam, or oral exam. One of the exams that I'm really worried about was the oral exams, as I tend to get all nervous when I have to speak for a serious matter. We also held an Indonesian movie night in commemorating Indonesian Youth Pledge Day. We got to know and interact with other international students during the event and also introduce some of Indonesian dish to them. Every single person that I've met during my time in Belgium are very welcoming, sweet, and kind. They are also open to lend a hand if you're in need of one. This whole experience that I've gained also led me to new friends whom I don't think I'll ever meet if it weren't for IISMA. The bond that we made is impeccable and made every single second that we spent together priceless. So many things had happened in the past semester, and knowing we have to separate as we go back to Indonesia seems kind of sad. But we have things to look forward to, as I know I have to put everything that I've learned into good use and guide those who had the same dream to learn abroad. Through this IISMA program, I know for a fact it has led me and my friends to a vision for our better self and for a better Indonesia as well. I hope IISMA will continue to fulfill those who dreamt of studying abroad and gaining an experience of a lifetime for other Indonesian students. To sum it all up, I am IISMA biased because gaining knowledge as well as connection and experience has been an astounding opportunity, and there is no way else I wish to have done it. So from here now on, I'd like to encourage you to be bold to go abroad.